Newsfirst at 9. Headlines.
A very good evening and welcome to Weekend Primetime News here on MTV Sports and Shakti TV. I'm Ramesh Rugal Bandara from the Newsfirst newsroom here in Colombo. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Demonstrations in Vanathamula over an alleged abduction. The National Youth Policy unveiled by President Mahinda Rajapaksa. The police says that it will file legal action against submission of the nomination list of Navasamal Samaj Party in Kampaha. These are the headlines for tonight. Sonali Wanagabaduge is standing by in our main studios for the news.
Hello there, very good evening to you. This is Primetime Weekend News. I'm Sonali Wanagabaduge. We start off first with a look at tonight's top story. A group of area residents from Vanathamula staged a demonstration today obstructing the baseline road against the alleged abduction of an individual. However, Samaravira Sunil, the individual reported to have been abducted, returned this evening.
Subsequent to his release, Samaravira Sunil expressed the following views.
They shoved me into the vehicle. I am capable of speaking openly because I am not afraid. However, I cannot say anything because I did not see anyone's face. They dropped me off close to a pond in the Birgama area. My clothes are still wet, including the wallet and the cash inside. Nothing is missing from my person. My things are with me. I am not sure of the time, but I walked almost 3 kilometers from the jungle. They did not ask me anything. They had my head held down. They put a black bag on my head and said that I cannot sit upright. Those who took me did not torture me. They gave me tea. I must speak the truth. I am not afraid.
On the 2nd of this month, Newsfirst journalists visited the Vanathamula area to inquire into the allegations made by the residents of attempts being made to remove their houses. The abducted individual, Samaravira Sunil, spoke to Newsfirst on that day and expressed the following views on the condition of housing complex that was to be given to them, replacing their current residences.
We live close by. The houses have been made with steel beams. They can be pushed over. Only 2 inches of concrete have been laid for each house.
Samaravira Sunil, a resident from the 34 Watta area in Vanathamula, is a father of 5. This morning, residents staged a demonstration on the baseline road close to the railway grounds in Demotagoda, citing that Sunil was abducted this morning by a group that had arrived in a red van. They charged that Sunil was abducted over the incident where his house was to be demolished. He had gone to the fish market and had stopped to buy a lottery on his way back. They had taken him from there and put him into a red van. This is because my husband speaks out. He did not speak unjustly. He spoke for the benefit of all. They said they will deal with us later and even took photographs.
Sunil is not a criminal in this village. If he was a criminal, the people will not gather here like this. Sunil was not taken away for a crime. He was taken away because of these houses.
The police and special task force arrived at the baseline road. Though the demonstrators cleared the road, they did not vacate the premises. The area residents said that they will not cease their demonstration until the abducted individual was released. Several politicians were also present to speak to the demonstrators. Senior DIG Andra Senanayaka arrived at the location this evening and held a discussion with the demonstrators. However, the demonstrators did not disperse.
Senior DIG Anurasena Naik, who engaged in discussions with the protesters, expressed these views to Newsfirst.
අපිට විමර්ශනයේදී අපිට මූලිකව අපිට සකසයිතභාවය ඇති වෙන්නේ මේ අවස්ථාවේ මේ කියන විදිහට
The doubt that we have is whether this individual was abducted based on this issue. The Urban Development Authority has spoken to these area residents very cordially, and a majority of the 34 Watta area had consented to go to these houses. When we were resolving this in a peaceful manner, this individual was abducted. This is what we have our doubts on. 2 hours after the abduction, he calls back saying he was dropped in the Begum area. Then he turns up at the location in a three-wheeler. This is like a movie. The Defence Secretary and the IGP gave me clear instructions to investigate into the disappearance and initiate legal action against those responsible. We have deployed our best investigative teams and given them clear instructions. Even if he was abducted for 2 hours, it is a crime. We will find out who is behind this. When discussions are going on, this individual is abducted in a red van. 2 hours later, he is released and he calls back using his own cell phone. These are points that we should investigate. We spoke to him as well when he returned. He did not say that he was assaulted. He was in good condition. So there are a number of areas that remain unclear. We will be able to get to the bottom of this through investigations.
ඒක නිසා තමයි මෙතන අපහැදිලි වර ගානක් තියෙනවා. ඒවා අපිට බොහොම මේ විමර්ශනයේ තමයි අපිට මේක निराකරණය කරගන්න සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. ඒක නිසා පැහැදිලි නියෝග ලැබිලා තියෙනවා ආරක්ෂක ලේකම්තුමාගෙන් පොලිස්පතිතුමාගෙන් මේ විමර්ශන හරියාකාරව සිද්ධ කිරීමට.
United People's Freedom Alliance parliamentarian Duminda Silva arrived at the location while the demonstration was taking place. This was the response he received from the public.
Here is the same footage taken from another camera angle.
The railway control room says that although the strike action launched by a group of train drivers is still in effect, over 50 train turns were in operation today. Moreover, a special train service has been implemented between the urban areas of Panadura and Veyangoda. However, the Locomotive Operating Engineers Union says that the strike action will continue as planned.
The railway control room said that as the majority of the train drivers abstained from participating in the strike action and reported to work, some trains were able to function. The railway administration took a decision yesterday to hire retired engine drivers on contract basis. Meanwhile, some engine drivers did not report to work today as they sat for an examination for engine drivers. The railway control room said that as the examination ended at around 2 this afternoon, train services operated as scheduled in the evening.
ජනතාව උඹා කපාවසට පත් වෙන මේ වගේ දෙයකින්
පැයක් තිස්සේ මෙතන ඉන්නවා මේක වැඩ කරන අය කවුරුත් දන්නේ නැහැ කීයටද කෝච්චියක් එන්නේ කියලා
මේ ප්‍රශ්න වලට උත්තර හොයන්න පුළුවන් කණ්ඩායම් පාලකෝ කිසි කෙනෙක් නැති තත්ත්වයක් තමයි මේ වගේම පෙනෙන්නේ
දැන් ආවට පස්සේ නම් දැනගත්තා අපිට යන්න අපස්ථාවක් නැහැ මේ නම් ස්ට්‍රයික් එකක් නැහැ
දැනට වගේ මහනුවර ස්ටේෂන් එකට ආවේ දැන් දෙකයි වෙලා පොඩි ළමයිත් එක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන යා ගන්න බැරුව තමයි මේ රට වෙන්නේ.
Trade unions commenced the strike action on Thursday as a mark of protest against the decision taken to remove the chairman of the Locomotive Operating Engineers Union, ILK Dissanayaka, from the post of monitoring officer attached to the Ministry of Transport. However, another group of members of the union opposed this trade union action. 26 trade unions attached to the sector requested the Minister of Transport to annul the appointment, and the decision was implemented that evening subsequent to extensive discussions.
This minister appointed 3 people to the position of monitoring officer, Nadira Manoj, Kamal Piris and myself. So from the 3 of us, why is just one person being removed? Come to think of it then, all 3 appointments are wrong. The others were not removed because he couldn't go up against the SLFP.
ILK Dissanayaka also commented on the allegations levelled against him.
When the minister wanted me, I was there. When he asked me to leave, I have to leave. What else can I do? Only a train accident occurred under my watch. Apparently, there are 5 allegations levelled against me. But there are just 2 allegations. My colleagues are standing by me. They are not asking that my position be given back. And I will not accept these positions again. The minister is appointing and removing people. He is not paying them their salaries. He doesn't give designations and titles. When will these problems end? We are saying that we are against this system.
However, when we contacted Prasanna Gamage, a member of the Locomotive Operating Engineers Union, he said that the motive of the strike action was to regain the position that was lost. The Minister of Transport, however, shared these views.
There are 5 disciplinary inquiries pending against this person. I recruited such an individual, so I cannot give a higher position than this. So I had to recruit him to the position of monitoring officer. I can recruit whoever I want and also remove whoever I want.